About 5 more seconds. Okay. So it looks like we do need a little bit of Spanish, and that's great because we have all of our slides in both languages, so I'll make sure to show both, and Carol is here to help with that. Carol, do you think we should stay in the big group then and do a little bit of both languages?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to explain what we're doing?
Ya, de la mayoría, tenemos las slides en los dos idiomas. Mayormente va a estar en inglés el taller, pero vamos a parar en momentos específicos para dar algunas pautas que tengan bastante claro en español también. Igual si alguno de ustedes necesita una explicación extra o tiene alguna pregunta, lo escribe por el chat y yo se lo respondo o hacemos una pequeña pausa para aclarar la duda.
Yeah, thank you, Carol. And any moment, please put something in the chat if you have a question. Great, okay. So here we go. My name is Annie, and I'm a movement instructor and a curricula coordinator for Project Commotion. I've seen a lot of your faces already this year. Carol and I both have dance backgrounds, both in modern and contemporary dance. And in addition to dancing in the Bay Area, I also am a doula and work for Project Commotion and various other jobs in the art world too. So here I am today, very excited to be with you all. And my academic background is in neuroscience. So it's been fun to be able to collaborate with Carol and build new lessons. You can go ahead, Carol.
Ok, esta es una pequeña introducción de nosotras. Vamos a estar Ani Aguilar y yo, Carol Acevedo. Las dos tenemos, nuestro recorrido básicamente es a través de la danza contemporánea y la danza moderna. Y vamos a estar aquí acompañándolos a ustedes para darles algunas tips o recomendaciones de cómo hacer conexión nuestro cuerpo con nuestro cerebro, básicamente.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, so you already saw this slide, but we just want to make sure everyone's very comfortable during this workshop. Everything's hard right now, so the least we can do for ourselves is make sure we have a good space and some water and a snack by us. Okay, so today we're going to do a little warm-up to get into our bodies. That's what we're all about, movement at Project Commotion. Then we'll have a little brain body lesson, but it's going to be interactive. Then we'll have group discussion, some review from, okay, this agenda is a little bit different. We just changed things right before the presentation, I'm realizing. So, but those are the components of the agenda today. Go ahead, Carol.
Nuestra agenda vamos a empezar con un pequeño calentamiento. Y enseguida vamos a ir a una actividad que tenemos programada antes de nuestra lección del cerebro que tenemos para ustedes. Y después vamos a hacer una discusión en pequeños grupos acerca de lo que experimentamos a través de esta dinámica. Y después ya pues vamos a compartir algunos recursos y a charlar un poquito y a bajar, a terminar con algo tranquilo nuestro taller. Está un poquito aquí, nos confundimos con el orden de las actividades, pero es básicamente esta es nuestra agenda. Entonces esperamos que la disfruten.
Perfecto, gracias. Yes, we were playing a little bit just with the order of everything. So let's begin with our warm-up. Everyone, and I'm going to do this in English. I'll leave some pauses for Carol to explain in Spanish as we go, but just a short warm-up. So everyone find a space. Find a space where you're comfortably seated, nice and tall with your spine. You have a little bit of Okay, so we can begin by closing our eyes And we're going to take a big, deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. This time when you inhale, let your shoulders rise all the way up to your ears. And as you exhale, let your shoulders fall down your back. Again, inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down. This time, inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, let them fall to your sides. One more time, inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, release. From there, we're going to blink our eyes open and go ahead and take a simple head circle with the neck. Begin to notice everything in the room around you. What do you see? And go the other way. What's above you? What's below you? To the side. What are the colors? Bring your head back to the center. Look as far as you can over one shoulder. Notice everything that you can see. Then return back to the center. And the other side, look as far as you can without moving too much over the shoulder. Bringing it back. From there, go ahead and reach both arms out, pressing the air away from you. And then bring the air to you intentionally, like you're squeezing something in front. Push the air away from you to the side. Really activate those fingers, those hands. And then with just as much strength, pull the air back towards your body. Last time, push the air away, push, and bring it back to you. Close your eyes, take one moment to imagine one place you love to be. Pick your favorite thing about this place. Maybe it's a smell or a feel, a taste. And whatever is your favorite thing about this place, when you open your eyes, bring it with you into the present moment. All right, thank you so much. I hope that everyone is feeling ready to learn and engage. We do a little warm up every time we begin a new lesson in Project Commotion to center ourselves, to wake up our minds, to make sure we have enough space around us to move, whether it's with adults or with children. Carol.
Ya, este ejercicio lo podemos usar para durante nuestras clases con los niños, inclusive también con las personas adultas. Es cómo nos sentimos en el espacio, cómo vemos el espacio y apropiarnos del espacio y usar los elementos que están en el espacio para trabajar. Entonces, cuando Annie está haciendo, por ejemplo, los círculos con la cabeza, hay que aprovechar ese momento para hacer como una visión global o general de nuestro espacio, y también es concentrarse como en los elementos de la forma, del color, de lo que pueden sentir, de lo que pueden ver, y a través de esos momentos más adelante ustedes pueden crear ciertas actividades con los niños. Pero es más o menos esto es como para tener una conciencia del cuerpo de los niños o de las personas que estén haciendo la actividad en el espacio.
Perfect, thank you. And Carol was just adding on that part of that activity as well is to make sure we establish where we are in space, again, to waken up our whole body, activate the senses, and feel our body in different ways. You know, sometimes we get a little dizzy if we haven't. Oh, anyway, I'm just going on. We could talk about our warm-up all day long, but let's keep going. So breath and movement, here we go. Now we're going to jump into our lesson. This is an interactive lesson and we'll build on it by talking in groups afterwards and then actually diving into more of what is happening in the brain when we do these sort of activities. So this is another follow along exercise. We're going to start by all doing the same thing. And then the second part of this activity, everyone is going to have a different variation on what is created with our movement. Carol.
Ok, el siguiente exploración que vamos a hacer son dos partes. La primera parte, ustedes o nosotros vamos a seguir los movimientos que Annie haga, simplemente la vamos a seguir, ella nos va a dar un tiempo para seguirla. Y una vez terminemos esta actividad, pasamos a la segunda que nos va a dar una pauta para nosotros hacer para explorar un par o 3 movimientos en particular. Y después nos vamos a ir a los grupitos a hablar un poco acerca de esta actividad.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to position my camera a bit away so that you can see me. I'm going to do 3 different movements and you're going to do them with me. It's a mirroring activity. So follow along.
Es como una actividad de espejo, entonces vamos a seguirla como si fuéramos el reflejo de Annie, como si fuéramos el espejo de Annie.
Here we go. 1. 1. Good, everyone can try it out with me. 1. 2. 2. I'll do it again. Number 2.
Vamos a hacer una vez más el segundo movimiento.
Number 1.
El movimiento 1.
Number 2.
El número 2.
And number 3.
Número 3.
Number 3. One more time. Okay, let's do it again. Number 1. Here we go, a little faster. Number 2. Number 3. Good. Okay, one more time, all together. Go. 1. 2. 3. 'Nice. Okay, now everyone try and do all 3 movements on your own. Ready, go. Good. Good. Almost there. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, amazing. There. Now I hope you all can see me on speaker view now. I realize I should have done that before because it's really hard to see when I was super tiny. But thank you so much. Okay, moving on to the second part of the activity. So you're going to, this is a little tricky in both languages, but you're going to close your eyes and I'm going to give you instructions for what to do. You can open your eyes whenever you'd like to, but sometimes closing our eyes helps us to engage with this activity.
Ok, vamos a empezar esta actividad. Una parte de esta actividad es, primero vamos a cerrar los ojos, porque si necesitan abrir los ojos lo pueden hacer, pero la idea de tenerlos cerrados es que podemos engancharnos de manera más fácil o concentrarnos de manera más fácil en el ejercicio. Entonces vamos a intentar en lo posible mantenerlos cerrados, por lo menos la primera parte del ejercicio.
Perfect. And you can translate, Carol, for me during the activity if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. So everyone, here we go. So if you can stand up or you can stay seated. I'm going to stand up.
Ok, ustedes pueden elegir quedarse sentados o estar de pie. Annie va a ponerse de pie.
So the first part of this activity is we're going to close our eyes. We're imagining that we are getting dressed in the morning.
Vamos a empezar con los ojos cerrados, entonces vamos a imaginar cómo se visten o se están vistiendo en la mañana.
And we're going to pick two very, very specific movements for how we get dressed. And we're going to repeat them and memorize them continually, just your own movements.
Ok, van a elegir dos movimientos de cómo ustedes se visten en la mañana, simplemente dos. Los van a pensar, los van a elegir muy bien y los van a hacer varias veces.
Sí, and we'll have 1 minute or so to do this. I will keep my camera on so that you can look at me if you need a little help thinking about what to do, but this is your own movement.
Ok, esto es muy personal, son sus propios movimientos. De todas maneras, Annie va a estar con su cámara prendida. Ustedes pueden verla para tener una idea de cómo lo pueden hacer. Pero son sus propios movimientos.
Here is my movement number 1. I'm doing it over and over to try and remember. I'm thinking about exactly how I do this and why I do this.
Sí, esos son el primer movimiento de Annie, lo está haciendo continuamente.
Now I'm thinking about my second movement.
Este es su segundo movimiento.
And I'm thinking about how this movement actually makes me feel.
Y está pensando cómo ese movimiento la hace sentir.
Why did I choose it?
¿Por qué lo eligió? ¿Por qué eligió ese movimiento?
Take 30 more seconds to perfect your 2 movements.
Tenemos 30 segundos más para practicar nuestros 2 movimientos.
Get as clear as you can with them.
Sí, que sea claro cuál es cada uno.
And pause.
Vamos a hacer una pausita. Ok.
Beautiful. Now we're going to pretend like we got dressed. We walk into the kitchen in the morning. In the kitchen, what do? We're going to create 2 new movements for what it's like our kitchen morning routine.
Sí, nuestra segunda parte es, vamos a imaginar o hacer de cuenta que vamos a la cocina y vamos a hacer exactamente lo mismo. Vamos a crear dos movimientos o recrear dos movimientos de nuestra rutina a la mañana en la cocina.
Here is my movement number 1.
Es el movimiento 1 de Annie, de una rutina en su cocina. Ustedes pueden hacer la suya propia, pero si tienen una parecida, pues está perfecto.
If yours looks a little like mine, that's fine, but it can also be different. And here is my movement number 2. Now I'm going to do both movements and make sure I know exactly how to do them.
Va ahora a hacer sus dos movimientos, teniendo muy claro cuál es el primero y cuál es el segundo.
And I'm thinking about all the steps involved in each movement.
Sí, va a tener en cuenta cada paso para hacer el movimiento.
Okay, just a few more seconds.
Un par de segunditos más.
Pause. For this next part, we're going to put all the movements we did together, getting dressed, in the kitchen, and you're going to do them each as fast as you can in a sequence.
Ok, ahora lo que vamos a hacer es unir esos movimientos, los dos de cómo nos, al momento de vestirnos y los dos de nuestra rutina en la cocina, los vamos a juntar, o sea, van a quedar 4 movimientos juntos y van a tratar de hacerlo en secuencia, uno detrás de otro, un poquito más rápido.
Perfect. So we should have 4 movements, and we're going to put them all together. Ready, go.
Uf.
If you finished, do it again twice more all the way through.
Si lo hicieron, lo terminaron ya, lo podemos hacer 2 veces seguidas. Lo más rápido que puedan.
Okay, good job, everyone. So I'm not sure what that was like for you all. Carol and I engage in those kinds of activities with our students actually all the time. And you'll notice that those movements were very task-based. We didn't learn a whole dance routine. It was personal for every participant.
Esto lo hacemos diariamente cuando estamos bailando en las rutinas de danza, pero aquí lo estamos explorando desde una rutina de vida del día a día, que lo podemos también recrear de esta manera.
Perfect. So before we dive into more of the science of what is happening in our brain during these kinds of activities and why we choose to do them, we're going to get into breakout groups and share about our experience doing that.
Give me a second to do the groups.
Okay, in the meantime, so Carol's going to put us into the groups. When we enter the groups, we're going to say our name, your center, and your role at the center. And then just take turns sharing about your experience. We have some questions as well. And here are the questions, and we'll put them in the chat so you can still see them. But the questions are, what did it feel like to go on this little exploration? Whoops, that should say senses, excuse me. Which senses did you engage? And did anything happen that surprised you at all? It's not often that we, if we're not dancers or we don't, yeah, really, if we're not dancers, we don't often engage in movement like this, so we know that it can be a bit different to try out. And Carol's doing the breakout group, so I could say, en estos grupos vamos a presentar con el nombre, el cerebro de ustedes y vamos a discutir las preguntas, dando aproximadamente 2 minutos cada persona, pero no importa mucho, solo que cada persona tiene una oportunidad de hablar. Y por favor, elige a una persona para compartir las ideas con el grupo largo. Las preguntas, tenemos 3 preguntas, pero pueden elegir cualquier pregunta que quiere discutir.
Ok, ya pueden unirse a su grupo o a su...
And I forgot to say in English as well, everyone, choose someone to report back to the big group, please. So we'll have about just 8 minutes for this discussion. Okay, so is everyone joining? I can't tell. Oh, I saw participants leaving and I got scared with the breakout groups.
Yeah. Who is here?
Hi.
Wait a second. Who is here? How many people is here right now?
Let me see.